Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LCK Cup 2025.
Even in bots, as Bessa was nowhere to be seen, and so they're going to try to make their move at this Ocean Drake. But TP is coming in, and so Gideon might just back away and concede it. I say that he is moving back in, as here comes the Maokai ultimate to deny him. No smite available, or even possible, I should say, for Gideon. And so KT get in, get out, take the Ocean Drake down while Jiu's just farming
It looks
top.
like it's going to be a 3-for-3 trade.
Looks like he messed up his smite as well, so didn't quite have that. Here comes Lehens just flashing the wall, just going to cast his R button onto Perfect, says, "You're going down, buddy," and he will. Lehens sets up the play and gives first blood over to Kingen, plus a little bonus.
Lehens coming down here, has his flashed over the wall to set this up. And as I was saying, let's go for it. Gets the ult first, follow-up hook, clean. See what he says. Nothing.
Half of Lehens at this point, because not able to take down the big Raptor. Very difficult objective, and he's just not in time for the Drake, so I guess just give them a free Drake instead, because he messed up the leash on the Raptors.
And BDD had teleport advantage on the top side as well, kind of squandered. I feel like there was definitely a team fight there for KT Rolster at this point with the Varus at the spike he's at as well.
But Wolf, he needed the big Raptor.
I guess
Let's
so.
be real. I've seen this one before, but this time Perfect is behind the turret, and you know what? It's going to actually work out, especially because Cuz is here, and he is looking to turn this one around. Flash available, flash on in, gets onto Jiu, the flash chains, and Jiu is just dead, just like that, so quickly, and even Lehens as well will bite the dust as he goes down. Gideon gets out. A big committal here from KT, but it pays off. They pick up 2 kills.
Yeah, this time the jungler is there. This time he is going to make you pay for it. However, Nongshim racing, they will lose the race.
I mean, makes sense. KT, 3 people down. Yeah, he really has been just playing this game quite passively, quite laid back. Now, we are fighting for the objectives. Feat of strength here.
Yes, this is big.
And over the wall they go. Duckdom, he is going to get burst down. The knockup comes in. He takes a long time to fall, actually, but big block on the Maokai ultimate as well. And the fact that Duckdom, you know, no flash available, he couldn't even react to that. It was so quick as well that I'm not even sure he would have.
They're going to die before he can do any of his own autos, so it's basically a sneeze away from death, but man, Kingen has gotten some insane side lane pressure done this entire time, though. Nongshim have really controlled the tempo, even with such a small gold lead, really well. Is Lehens again?
Going in once again, ult in onto Duckdom as well, as Fisher trying to extend for him, and they're just going to kill Wei on the backside of that. Fisher wanted a second kill, and at first I was like, man, just kill the Braum, you know, take what you can get.
Problematic in this one for KT so far.
Weird thing about it, too, is that Wei was just standing, staring at him.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you can't kill me. You don't have the damage. Just not expecting Fisher to show up. Now, Chemtech Soul is buffed on this patch. And
11 to 13, baby.
11% to 13%. You see, like, Nongshim are like, I know about the buff. I saw the patch notes. Gideon, he wants to steal. He's going to get it. And there you go. He picks up the first Chemtech Drake as the fans go wild.
And Chemtech
Drake.
Lehens was on cam right when the steal went over. You see a huge grin go across his face. The whole time, BDD, and if the Ambessa can get backline access, who are you accessing? The tank Jace or the Kai'Sa that has flash and can shield with her ultimate and has a bunch of peel? So he's not worried about the Aurora too much. He is very tanky, a big threat to deal with in this game. As grouping for Otacon right now, remember, teleport was just used for Fisher into the mid lane, but Kingen has his, and Fisher's very close, does control that mid prio right now. I don't know if... oh boy.
They're just letting Lehens do whatever he wants in their jungle now. Trying to force a flash, I think, is Lehens, but BDD, now he's going in. He's going to scoop up 2, but he's alone. The Mega Cone comes in, and finally the rest of the team does follow up. And Nongshim will pick up the first kill. Fisher immediately going to melt here to the Ambessa, though. And guess who is not here? It's Jiu. Finally comes in, finally presses his buttons, and may be able to turn this one around, but the front line is going down. Jiu still unchecked. It's Jiu against Perfect, and it will be the Kai'Sa who wins the fight in the end. Cuz all alone. And Jiu, he took his sweet time, but when he showed up, man, he made the difference.
And BDD easier, so I give him the edge. But in scrappy fights like this, into the Kai'Sa, into the Aurora that's already there, and the ability for Jiu to follow up so quickly, how tanky the Nautilus is, opting into a fight like this when you have no control is just...
Baron Will they actually start it with the Otacon buff? You have to.
Gideon's like, this is the biggest grub I've ever seen.
Small grubs, big grubs. I take them all down.
They've got tons of control over this choke point. Fisher alone could just ult to prevent them from coming in.
Well, he definitely will eventually, I would assume. Lehens is just going to get the withdrawal, but nobody is getting into the pit. Cuz cannot get it down. The Aurora ult is in, and Fisher obviously going to try for a kill. Not going to pick it up, as Kingen also does get cleaned up there in the withdrawal. Some extra golds given over to KT, but Nongshim take down the objective.
And notice, there's still purple on those champions because they did not die, and despite the nerf.
I think this is what Jonah Strong is highlighting, is how long it takes for you to
The rest of the map has fallen to pieces. It's going to be soul point for this Chemtech soul here for Nongshim, and Tank Jace is actually going to love it a lot.
Yeah. You got Tank Jace, you got Sejuani, going to be even that much more obnoxious to take down, even the Nautilus, right? It's not insignificant. You know, we love to meme Chemtech Soul over here at the LCK for sure, but it gets some buffs here and there.
He's 3,000 gold behind his counterpart, and his counterpart also outpokes him now with Vision with the Void Seekers.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's the thing, you know, especially before he gets his, Last Whisper item. Once he does finish that, he's not really doing much. Just doesn't quite work out as well. I feel like Nongshim have done a bit of that in terms of their macro play and vision denial, but they've gotten really good at it.
Yeah.
Especially when not challenged, which has happened a lot in this game. Gideon is very tanky. Here comes the Maokai ultimate, will lock them down, and now the turn onto Sejuani. Eventually they get the kill, but look at Kinga's position, hops over the wall, and guess what? Dustom's dead again. Fisher on the backside here. Can they kill Ambessa? They finally will. As Perfect does get one kill. Kingen super tanky. It's him up against BDD. Fisher able to come back in and do a bit of damage. The hook hits for Lehens, and BDD is running away from a Nautilus, and Fisher is running away from a Maokai. They might both go down, although BDD gets over the wall and he gets a plant. The one thing to keep him alive. And now
he's got Ripmaker.
Has to respect. In goes Kingen looking for the kill, and he will pick it up.
Oh, it's not enough heals there for BDD. Down he goes. Shows up and ruins BDD's fun.
Yeah.
But a very close fight, I think, for Nongshim. They played it really well. As you know, the setup there was really nice for KT. One of their best fights before you can start pushing through that with that phalanx that we saw KT do last time. And they're just behind the play again here as Nongshim start to clear out these waves. That static shift really worth its value here in gold for Jiwoo in this game, really helping them clear them out.
Yeah, you see the trade of ults here. Kingen is level 18. He's jumping into the fight. Fisher, though, I'm not sure about that one. He wants to get ducked on, but ducked on. Oh, he's going to get killed and sniped by the Nautilus. Also, BDD, meanwhile, just going down. And Perfect, he's got to do it all alone. He's the one damage dealer left. It is Ambessa, but it's not quite enough. And Nongshim, they lock down the fight. And if they've got a wave here, they might look to push to end instead. Maybe a turn towards Baron. No, they say, okay, it's late enough. Let's push down mid.
I think they can get this inhibitor very easily. The wave being so far behind, though, because of BDD Sundisk, is going to buy some time for some respawns here, but they've got so much damage at this point.
I think they just get it.
I think they do end.
Jiwoo with the classic Kaisa BM. You get that all the time in solo queue.
And it's classic. And Gideon can even tank the turret additionally here because he has so much health, and it's just enough time. KT knocked down a peg here in the first game. Some real